Okay, guys, welcome to Dave's LFC Chats, and I have got two legends with me today. Keith, as usual, in the house. How are you, Keith?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Well, you'll know in about 10 minutes. I'm not too bad. Liverpool are all over the shop, but Mick from the Kopite podcast, first time on. How are you, Mick?
Yeah, good, mate. Nice one for having me on. Looking forward to it. Just got me a little beverage in the sun and that, all sorted.
Very good. It is actually a lovely day in here in Dublin as well.
Nice.
Cheers, Mick.
Nice.
Cheers, lads. I've nothing here but an invisible point. But right. So we get stuck into it. Obviously, Liverpool. Me and Keith were talking about it midweek. I mean, we're in a pretty unusual position, unusual headspace, on the pitch space at the moment. So it's like a Twilight Zone movie. Groundhog Day, you might as well call it, at Anfield. But I think tomorrow against Fulham, who to be fair, Fulham aren't the bad side as bad as they were at the start of the season. I think they'll give us a game at Anfield, and we've got to be on it tomorrow to get the 3 points and hopefully stop this rot at Anfield. But Keith, I'll just start with you. What do you think tomorrow? I know there's been a lot of talk about changes, and I think we need to freshen it up. I don't think we've any choice tomorrow.
I suppose I've probably been given everything way too much thought, as I suppose we all have over the last couple of weeks, and I've kind of come to the realization that we've really been the only ones who've kind of gone toe to toe with a state-sponsored football club for the last three seasons, and literally toe to toe, which accumulating in 2 Champions League finals and a league win, and we're bollocksed. We're fucking bollocks at the end of it, to be honest with you. We don't have the resources. Like if you look at City over the last 4 games, I think they've made 4, 5, 6, and one game 7 changes or something, and it's still it's no difference. It makes no difference to how they play. It makes no difference to the
quality drop off,
the quality of what they have. There's no quality drop off whatsoever, and that's what you're competing against, right? And if we don't do it, there's fucking nobody else stepping up to do it. You're not going to step up to do it.
That's true.
Chelsea might get there, but they're still going to lose 4 or 5 games a season. Looking at the way they're set up, to be honest with you, and they're only 4 or 5 games away from mugging off the manager and bringing somebody else in. So they're a basket case of a club, to be honest with you. So if we don't do it, if we don't fucking do it, who's going to do it? And it's just not sustainable unless you're bringing in and you're refreshing. So I'm absolutely just going to give the lads the season off right now. We have to try and make 4th place, by hook or by crook. I'm just hoping, because our run in is that much better than teams around us in terms of on paper, that we manage to scrape across the line and get ourselves 4th place. But we do need to freshen up. I know the question is about the weekend, but I wanted to get this off my fucking chest, to be honest with you.
Well said, actually.
I know I've lost my train of thought there, but yeah. So listen, to be honest with you, like that, I'm fully prepared to kind of say, listen, lads, they just get to the summer, give them a decent break. We need to refresh. We absolutely need to refresh in certain positions. We're not pressing as a team at all, and it's purely, I think, because we're fucked. It's as simple as that. Yeah. It's not there, right? The quality still looks to be there. Confidence is not there. The reason we're getting caught out is that we're not pressing as a team. We're not pressing at the front properly. We're not pressing in midfield. Teams are able to get, one touch, get their head up, and they're firing in. And typically they're firing in against Trent every match. It's like there's nobody playing well against us. They're just literally doing one thing. They're just bombing the ball in behind, and they're getting away with it. That's all they're doing. So listen, I don't even think we have the personnel to change, and I don't think we should change, to be honest with you, because when everybody's fit and everybody's firing, that's the way we play football is good enough to beat anybody on the planet. So I don't think you throw that out. And I think Klopp has said, I'm not throwing out the way we play, lads. We play the way we play. Yeah. And when it's good, it's better than anybody else, and we're just going to follow through with that. So I think that's the way it is now. Sorry, rant over.
No, well said. I mean, I'd second that. But Mick, what do you think? We're basically bollocks from the high 2-3 years of high tempo, high press, like literally double training sessions. I think Klopp puts them on. He used to put them on midweek. I mean, crazy training sessions. And I think that the legs are just gone at the moment. And as Keith was saying, maybe give them a pass and just regroup, try get top 4, at least put a fight in to get top 4 spot, which has to start tomorrow at home against Fulham, you would think, and just go again next season. What do you think, Mick?
It's got to be like you said, Keith. I agree completely. We are just fucked, and I think we've been so blessed and so lucky to have pretty much no injuries over those years to the big players, and now that Klopp's teams are so structured on a good defence, and that once we got Van Dijk in, and obviously Gomez and Matip are just so so key to everything that we do. And when you're trying to explain it to a rival fan, they just don't get that.
They don't get it. Yeah, you're right.
A foundation is absolutely key to everything. If you don't have that, you don't have the same Liverpool team. That's just simple facts. But this season, we just need to. We haven't won. Is it 7 games in a row at home? We haven't won 4, lost 5, drawn 2. We haven't won since we beat Spurs on the 16th of December. So we're getting on to 3 months now, which it doesn't matter what personnel we've got. It's not acceptable for the champions in the trying to regain that. It's not acceptable. Fulham are in relegation zone as well, but like you said, Dave, they're a really good team. Like Scott Parker, there was a lot of question marks about him at the start of the season, but they've got a load of loan players and they're starting to click now. I've watched quite a lot of them recently. Obviously, we're all in lockdown and got what else to do, so I've been watching pretty much all of them. Fulham are looking really good.
Yeah.
And especially in the game at Craven Cottage in December where they got the lead, was it Deco? Good goal. They look really good, and they're the type of teams that we struggle against, and they've also got the firepower up top to score goals. So it's gonna be a difficult one. But yeah, in terms of our season, we just need to end this rut. The 7 game without winning is not acceptable at the moment. We need to change that. Hotter coming back in, Naby Keita coming back in. You're hoping those fresh faces will be enough to turn this around.
Yeah, I was listening to the press conference with Klopp yesterday. Actually, Ozak Kabak is a doubt now. Did you hear that? Oh my God. Yeah. So, I mean, let's say Kabak doesn't make it. I still think the likes of Phillips or Davies could come in with Fabinho, maybe Keita come in the middle, and Jota as well. There's 3 changes, and just change it, freshen it up, try something different, and just go for it. I mean, we've no choice. We got to win tomorrow, I think. I think we lose tomorrow. Top 4 is really going to be, really, really hard. If you can't beat Fulham tomorrow.
They were lucky though. They were lucky against Spurs. They were a poor decision away from getting something out of that game and looked quite well, and played quite well. I think they'll probably give us something different, Fulham. I don't think they'll sit in as deep. I don't think they'll play a little bit more football. They try to play a little bit more football. He tries to get the ball down and actually play the game as opposed to sitting in bank of four. They haven't done it all season really. So to do it without a lot of training just for us at Anfield would probably be a bit of a mistake. He'll probably say, listen, this is the best chance you're ever going to get to go match up Liverpool man for man, and let's go out and play against them. He'll probably do that. I think he's that kind of manager. I think we really need to start getting lads who are going to press and turn over ball in the middle of the park. And I'd near enough kind of go look at and say, although Jones has come in and he's done quite well recently, he's not a pressing midfielder. And you probably need at least 2 strong pressers in there to turn the ball over. I think Keita has to start, and I'd even throw in Milner, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. So who would you have, Thiago with those 3?
I would, yeah.
Or Gini? Yeah. Thiago?
Well, no, I'd actually go with Gini to start off. I think Thiago could probably do a little bit of a rest, and he should probably come on the second half. I wouldn't start Thiago. I'd start Gini as the 6 with Milner either side and Keita. That's just fresh legs, right? A little bit more maybe freshness in midfield. I'll tell you what we also need. We need a leader on the pitch from the first whistle, right? We need somebody who's going to be bollocking players. We had nothing there the other night. You take Van Dijk out, you take Henderson out, you take out the 2 leaders. Yeah. Who else is bollocking players on that pitch?
No,
there's no one. No. There's no one.
And the thing about it is you can hear it because there's no crowd. You can't hear anybody bollocking anybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing that
who could have boot the ball in the face the weekend? You wouldn't have. And nobody said anything.
Mane, wasn't it? That's what I was just going to say. That
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mane got tackled, didn't he? Well, he got a foul.
You kicked the ball in the face.
Kicked at him, and not one soul went over to go to the referee. What the fuck?
Didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
But that's what you're saying. I mean, Henderson's huge loss. Obviously, Van Dijk's the biggest loss probably of the whole lot, but that's just not going to happen anyway. Nothing we could do about it. But I'm not even going to cry. I'm not going to, we've injuries. Let's get over that. We've a good enough team to beat Fulham on the day now, lads. Come on. Even Chelsea. I think we second half of that Chelsea game was very disappointing for me. We literally lay down at Anfield, even though our record's poor. But we laid down and more or less. What did we got? One shot was the 84th minute or something. Yeah. That's not good enough, lads. It's not good enough.
No, but the front 3 have been a problem for overseas now. I think the front 3 have been a problem. They were a problem, I think, from we've had this conversation before. They've been a problem from the Atletico match last season, to be honest with you. Yeah. With the amount of chances that we missed, and from that, I don't think the team has really recovered. We've had flashes of the old trio, but consistently they haven't. And it really only started to click a little bit more when Jota started coming in, and Jota got us out of a huge amount of shite. before Christmas when he was scoring very crucial goals for us. But the front three are not performing as a unit and haven't for a long period of time. And it can be difficult because they've been so good, and nobody's talking about fucking them out in the trash heap or anything like that. But it needs a shake up. It needs a freshness. We'll have freshness at the back. We'll have a freshness in the defence next season with Matip coming back, with Gomez coming back, with Van Dijk. That part of the pitch is fresh. I think we need freshness in the middle of the park. I think we need somebody who's going to hunt the ball. Well,
Gini looks like he's leaving as well, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Have to replace him.
Yeah, he's more of a carrier than a. To be honest with you, he's good when he's got the ball.
He does a lot of work.
He does notice it. No, he does a huge amount of work. He does a huge amount of work with the ball, right? Huge amount of work when he's on the ball. I'm talking about the work that needs to win when we don't have the ball, right? Yeah. That turnover play, that putting pressure in the midfield, not allowing players to get their head up, or when they do get their head up, it's only once or twice a game, and then you've got the speed of Gomez or the speed of Van Dijk to get you out of this shit, right? Yeah. We don't have that at the moment. We're not pressing as a unit in midfield.
And we're playing a high line,
but it's all some of that is legs. Listen, Fabinho moves into midfield. Henderson moves back into midfield. You then have that, okay? You've got that pressing. You've got that ball breaking. You've got that, that phase breaking in there. But Henderson's on the wrong side of 30 now, right? Yeah. Fabinho picks up a good few injuries. He does pick up injuries. We need new personnel in the middle of the park. Like Kante ran the show there the other night. Like, what age is Kante at this stage?
60.
But he was everywhere. We didn't have that the other night. We didn't have it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, we won't have it, as you said. Well, as you said, Milner will do a job for you when he's fit. Milner will run around, and he'll bollock as well. I'd say you'll see a bit of bollocking out of him. He's experienced. He's been there, done that. So what do you think now, Mick? Tomorrow, we hopefully a few fresh faces, 2 or 3 changes has to happen, and 1 or 2 might be enforced on us. But we gotta just go for Fulham tomorrow, surely.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys what you think in terms of centre half partnerships. Do you reckon he should just go Phillips and throw Davis in and to get Fab back into midfield? Or I think I would just to go gung ho, but I don't think Klopp will.
No, he won't move Fab out there. He won't move Fabinho out there.
Fabinho didn't look fit enough to play midfield tonight, lads. He games with his belt. He didn't look fit. He looked rusty. He looked like he needs, and he'd probably get a little bit more time to get himself up matched at the back. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he'll probably go Fab. If Kabak is out, he'll probably go Fab and Phillips, to be honest with you. That's kind of all right. He has to freshen up midfield, and he has to start Jota.
And Keita, as you said, probably.
Yeah, I think the problem we're having at the moment is a lot of these midfielders we've got, we're interchanging them quite a bit, but I think we need to, because obviously Keita gets injured a lot, like you said. Fabinho gets a few injuries. Milner's like 35 is he now? So he's an absolute machine, but he can't play all the time. And then similarly as well, Curtis Jones is only 20. You really shouldn't be playing him every week at this stage of his career. Yeah. I mean, he is great and he showed that, but he's showing his youth as well in terms of his being great
decisions.
One game, not so good another game, great again, being average.
Just perfectly natural for a 20-year-old.
Of course.
Learning his craft.
But we need, like you said, Keith, I agree, we need reinforcements in that area so we can allow the likes of Jones and Keita to not be under pressure to play every week. And then when they do come in, they can kind of fit into the system and they're not overawed by thinking, oh shit, I need to score or I need to run with the ball, I need to create. They can just get on with the natural game rather than overthinking and being too under pressure. I think that'll help them a lot as well.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, lads.
It's what we need as well, lads. We need to start getting back to fast starts. We're way too passive for the first 15-20 minutes of a game. Yeah. We're almost waiting for something to happen first 15-20 minutes or so. Chelsea got on top of us in the first 15-20 at Anfield the other night. We started okay. Then they had a really strong. Chelsea had a really strong phase, 5-10 minutes where it looked like they were going to score. We came back into it a bit. So we need to start, particularly at home, we need to start a lot better. Same thing in the derby, to be honest with you. Started slow, gave them a goal up, and then we know what's going to happen if we go a goal behind, to be honest with you. So why we let teams go a goal up?
No, that's true.
Faster, tear in from the get-go, and then conserve. Try and get your goals in early, and then conserve, and then play the game of football. And then you bring them out. So I don't know why we're starting so slow. And again, it has to be down to fatigue. There has to be an element of fatigue.
It's fatigue, but it's also confidence and performances. Our performances haven't been there. There's no confidence, Keith, at the moment in the team. I haven't seen it. You know, and that has to have a fact. Obviously, the crowd, we've talked about this before, Mick. The Anfield crowd is huge, lost to Liverpool. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Even the away support.
Any support, yeah.
No, but even the away support, you know. Yeah. So,
but I mean,
home and away.
Well, home and away, of course. But luckily, we're actually away at Leipzig. We're away, even though we're at home against Leipzig midweek. That might help us, to be honest. Yeah, but listen, lads, I think we leave it there. I'm just hoping. I'm going to go 2-0 tomorrow. I don't care, to be honest, once we win 1-0, but any type of win tomorrow, Keith. What do you think tomorrow, Fulham?
I think if we start Jota, I think he'll be on the score sheet, which means we'll probably get 2. I can't see us not conceding a goal, to be honest with you, no matter what match we go into. So I think Fulham might get 1. And I'm hoping we've got enough to get 2, to be honest with you. I'm going to go 2-1.
Okay. Mick?
Yeah, I think it's the same as Keith. If Hotter starts, then I do fancy us to get a 2. But I think we need 2 goals to win games now, Liverpool, which is...
Yeah,
it's usually fine because it's usually fine because we create usually a shitload and we score like 50% of them. But now we're not creating as much. I think we scored 1 first half goal in 2021, which is like you said, Keith, absolutely ridiculous. We need to fix that and we need to start. It needs to happen at some stage, and it hopefully is tomorrow because we like we said, we can't afford to lose that one tomorrow or draw it because it's going to be very difficult to get back into the top 4 if we do.
Okay, boys, I think we'll leave it there. You can enjoy your Saturday night. Drink as much bottled water as you want. Keith, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for coming on, mate.
No problem. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
Nice to meet you, Mick. All the best. Talk to you soon, all right?
Nice one.
Mick Moran, Kopite podcast. Check it. The link is down below for the Kopite top Reds content. Guys, stay safe. Cheers.